All right, y'all. Welcome back to Two Marines React. Again, I'm Theo from Combat Arms channel, and with me is Ryan from Gen Dit's Commando.
Hey
Okay,
guys.
so today we're checking out a cool video. This is 10 things the UK does better than the US. I would say there's a lot of things you could probably pick and choose from, but I guess we'll see what the top 10 things are. So yeah, I'm excited to check into it, see if we can debunk some of this stuff, to be honest.
Yeah,
'Cause,
I'm guessing we're probably going to debunk quite a few things.
yeah, I don't know.
So
We'll
we'll
see.
see anyway.
All right, let's check it out.
It's impossible to say which country is the best in the world. However, a case can be made for some
Some people
countries
disagree.
just being better than others, at
Yeah.
least in specific fields. These are 10 things the United Kingdom just does better than the United States.
All right.
This is going to be interesting, man. I want to
Yeah.
know what it is.
Okay.
Many Americans often mock British people for still having a queen. They often say, "Get with the times. You're not free if you have a monarch. Your tax money is just being wasted." Well, the truth is that U.S. taxpayers have to pay more for their leaders. In 2014,
Oh,
the
snap.
British
Okay.
royal family cost UK taxpayers just 35.7
Oh,
million
just
pounds.
that's okay then. That's
President
not too much.
Obama
Just.
and his family cost U.S. taxpayers $1.4 billion in expenses
Wow.
that same
Whoa.
year. So when it comes to cost-effective
insane.
leadership, the Queen of England, ironically, is less expensive than the President of the United States.
What?
Yeah, but you'd kind of expect that, though, wouldn't you? I mean, I'd expect a country as big as America with the foothold it's got globally. I mean, the Queen doesn't really. She's got a lot of say in government, but
Yeah.
she's not the gaffer, so to speak, like the president
Right.
isn't he? You know, and
Well,
he needs a lot of protection.
I would imagine the president would travel more, but it's saying spent on the president and his family. I'm not sure. That's probably including like actual official travel and stuff too. So it's kind of hard
Yeah, I'd
to
imagine.
compare.
Yeah, and he's got a full military entourage like surrounding him all the time, right?
Yeah, exactly. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I mean, it makes sense though.
Traffic control.
Huh.
The studies are in, and the
The
verdict
roundabouts.
is clear.
Okay.
Roundabouts are not only more efficient than
Yeah.
U.S.-style traffic intersections,
You think?
they're also safer. Mythbusters even tested this theory, and they clearly demonstrated that roundabouts allow for 20% more cars to pass through in any period
Serious?
of time.
I've
than
heard
what is
that, yeah.
possible in an intersection.
That's it.
Another
Really
advantage
interesting.
is that in a roundabout, drivers don't have to bring their vehicles to a complete stop. This has been shown to be safer for both drivers and pedestrians. So all in all, in this area, the UK has the US beat when it comes to traffic control.
Yeah. Okay. I
But that's
definitely.
just one area.
I mean, I don't
One
know.
area of traffic control.
I guess, but it does make a difference. So there's
You
some
think?
there's some towns in the U.S. that have more roundabouts than others, but there's some, especially like in the South, where it'll be a four-way intersection and everybody has to
Serious?
stop and then yield to all these other people that are stopped. Yeah, it's a nightmare.
Really?
Yeah, it's a huge nightmare.
So you have to just manage it yourself, kind of thing, or traffic lights as well.
Well, not even with traffic lights. If it's just a stop sign, depending on who stops first, depends on who gets to
my
go
goodness.
first, who's going
That
in
is
what
dangerous.
direction. Yeah, it's kind of a pain in the butt.
Yeah.
Oh.
The average intelligence of each country in the world is something that has been rigorously studied over the past few decades. Well, the results are in, and quite embarrassingly, people in the UK are smarter than people in the United States. The average IQ of the United Kingdom stands at 100, while the United States falls short with an average IQ score of 98. This may not
Pretty-
seem like a lot,
pretty
but those
close.
two crucial
Yeah,
points
it's also
are enough to
IQ.
make the United States fall below the mean European IQ, which is 100. Many people argue about the cause of this, whether it be better schooling or higher standards of living, but the facts don't lie. When it comes to IQ, the UK is superior to the US.
Well,
Ah,
the
that's
U.S.
interesting.
the U.S. is also huge, so I don't know.
Huge, mate. Yeah.
Now that you know the differences in average IQ between the US and the United Kingdom, it probably doesn't come as a surprise when you learn that the UK actually contributes more to science than the United States, at least on a per capita
What?
basis, which is the metric that divides the number of scientific papers published by a country's scientists and
Okay.
divides that number by the country's population.
Maybe they
This
just like
results in
writing.
a number that gives you a good idea
Yeah.
of how scientifically productive a country is on average. Well, in this category, the United Kingdom has the United States outclassed. The UK publishes 1.424 scientific papers for every 1,000 citizens, while the United States only produces 0.988 scientific papers per every 1,000 citizens.
Okay.
This
But
gap
you've
in
got, like,
contribution-
again, a massive country, right? And
Yeah.
surely those averages are going to be, you know, the parameters are going to be widespread. The higher that number gets.
I
Does
think
that
at the
make sense?
at the same time, there's that. But if there's a bunch of these papers being published, it doesn't mean they need to be good papers. You know, like are these
That's
like
right, yeah.
peer-reviewed papers? Like where are these papers
Yeah.
going? Is it just
No,
people?
exactly. How effective
writing?
are they in that respect? You know what I mean?
I mean, I'm not trying to get
Yeah,
like
that's a good point.
defensive for the U.S., but I think it's just important to make that distinction.
Well, the thing is, we've got a lot of people from the US studying in the UK as well, writing those very papers and contributing to that. So again, it might be, I mean, it's not a common thing for Brits to go to America to study, but I guess it is the other way around.
Yeah, I'm
It's
not really sure.
Common.
Yeah, I think
know?
it's just kind of vague, huh?
in the world scientific community is a point of pride for people living in the United Kingdom, and this is certainly an area where the United States should try to catch up.
Okay.
Wind power.
The United Kingdom possesses the most productive offshore wind farm in the entire world. This world-class installation is the Greater Gabbard Wind Farm, which produces over 1.75 terawatt hours of clean and renewable
Jeez.
energy.
I guess
every
that's a
year.
lot.
The United States,
I don't know.
like the rest
Sounds
of the
it.
world, has nothing that can compete with this installation. In fact,
That's
the United
awesome. I
States
didn't know that.
doesn't even have a position in the top 25 most productive offshore wind farms, while the United Kingdom holds the top first, second, and third spots,
Wow.
with Denmark being its closest competitor. The UK's superiority doesn't just end there, however. The United Kingdom is the largest exporter of offshore generated wind power, which means that not only is the UK producing the most offshore wind energy, it's also creating enough to supply other countries.
That is
okay.
so cool.
Okay, so this is really interesting for me because I just did an environmental science class in my college. And
Serious?
in my textbook, it said that the U.S. was leading in the world in wind power. So
Really?
yeah, that's really
Right. So
that's real. Maybe this
Right,
is just
who
like
do
an
you
old
believe?
video. Yeah, exactly. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe it's
Well,
just an
but then
old
again,
video.
yeah, and information that's out there can literally just be debunked. People can literally say anything these days, can't they? You know?
Yeah. I guess it's worth a little
That's
bit of
mad.
research on our end, huh?
Yeah.
Just as with
Writing
wind power and
books.
scientific papers, the United Kingdom is better when it comes to producing authors and great works of literature. The UK tops the charts of publications per capita, with only China and the United States beating out the country in absolute terms, despite the UK's much smaller populations. Overall, the UK produces 2,875 titles each year for every 1 million inhabitants of the country, while the United
Okay.
States only produces 956 titles for every 1 million inhabitants. This is an even more impressive feat when you learn that the UK has only 1/5 the population of the United States. So when it comes to books, the US is still quite a few chapters behind the UK.
I mean, again, first of all, you guys are like an old country, and you guys have like some proper writers, like old school people.
Shakespeare.
Yeah, so I think your universities are probably a little bit better set up for stuff like that. But
Yeah, literature and stuff is a big part of our kind of culture and history, isn't it? You know?
yeah, that's what I was
Language
thinking.
and all of that. So,
But I guess it also doesn't really go in depth as to how successful the authors are.
yeah.
Oh, dude,
While it is
007.
true that
That's all you have
Hollywood
to
is the
say.
film capital of the world,
Yeah.
and as a result, produces more films per year, this doesn't compare to one of the UK's greatest film achievements. The most successful film franchise of all time is a
Yeah.
British film franchise.
I'm proud of
the
that.
James Bond series.
Hell
The
yeah.
James Bond series was the first
I'll
to
take
gross
the L
over
on
$1
that.
billion in sales.
Yeah.
And is still the highest grossing film franchise. It seems that people still prefer the cool, suave charisma of Agent 007 to the loud action and violence of most American films.
I just think it's a good alternative, you know? Like,
Yeah.
we love
For fans
James
watching
Bond.
YouTube videos,
Right.
this is probably the most important category where the UK is better than the US.
Ooh, this is
Despite
gonna
having
be
invented
interesting.
the internet,
I probably
the UK
agree.
has the US outclassed when it comes to average internet speeds. As of 2015, the average connection speed in the UK was 13 megabits per second, while the US only had an average of 12.6
Oh, come on.
megabits per second.
What the
We're
So
talking
the next
point.
time you're in an argument with a British person on
You
the
can't
internet,
use that.
remember that they probably have you outclassed in
How
internet
old is
connection
this?
speed.
It's the
Whoa. Wait, was that 12 mega?
Yeah, it's
12
like,
mega per
how
second?
dare you have 0.4 less.
Well,
can they?
I just tabbed out. This video is from 2016. I was about to say that is extremely slow. You have like 1,000 megabit per second now.
Internet has went pretty high
insane.
in the past. Even in the past year, it's went crazy, hasn't it? You know?
Yeah, those fiber optics, huh?
Yeah, buddy.
Of the 118 known elements on the periodic
Okay.
table, 24 were discovered by British
What a
scientists.
flex.
Yeah.
This is more than any other country, and further reinforces the case of British superiority in the sciences over the United States.
Damn.
He's using the
This
word
number includes
superiority.
crucial
Yeah,
elements such as
jeez.
hydrogen, sodium, xenon, and platinum. The
Oh,
U.S.,
yeah.
however, wasn't totally outclassed by the U.K., as the country did discover 21 elements on the periodic table.
That's cool.
As a result, earns a very respectable second place.
Yeah.
Okay. Ah,
Other
nice.
countries' flag.
This is probably
Yeah,
the greatest
true.
sign of the UK's importance and massive impact on the shape and history of the globe. As a legacy of the once great British Empire, countless flags around the globe still bear the Union Jack. From Australia
That
to
is-
New Zealand,
it is
and
pretty
Fiji,
cool,
over
though, right?
20
It
major
is cool,
flags
yeah.
around the world contain the Union Jack in one form or another. Perhaps the most interesting and most humorous is that the number includes the U.S. state of Hawaii, which prominently
Yeah,
and
I
proudly
knew that,
displays
yeah.
the
What?
Union Jack.
Yep.
The
No.
very first flag
Yeah.
of the young United States.
Hang
the
on,
Grand
what?
Union
Talk
flag,
to me.
even contains
Yeah, so I saw that recently. So we actually had someone in my unit that's from Hawaii, and they had the Hawaiian flag displayed, and we were doing a room inspection, and they're like, "Why do you have a UK flag in your room?" Just complete
Yeah.
like smooth brain moment, but yeah, it does have it on
Yeah.
it. It's pretty cool.
That is mental.
I don't know why though, to be honest.
Union
Though.
Jack as well. While
Yeah.
countries such as Liberia and Malaysia have similar flags to the U.S. flag, these are poor facsimiles at best, and are vastly
Yeah.
outnumbered by countries, states, and territories that still fly the Union Jack with pride. For more top lists just like this, be sure to leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already, and don't forget
Alright.
to check out our other lists. And thanks for watching, and thanks for learning.
Oh, what a deep voice. Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah.
I mean,
I think that the last bit with the Hawaiian flag, like Hawaii, right? I'm terrible with this kind of stuff. Just to clarify, Hawaii is a U.S. state, yeah,
yeah.
or
So,
territory, or what, is there a difference?
It's a state, yeah.
Right. So, but it's how do Americans feel with that being part of the Hawaiian flag then? And
I don't. Okay,
is that
so
like
Americans aren't really concerned with Hawaii. I think Hawaiians are more concerned with Hawaii. It is a state, but
Really?
it feels like more of a territory to most people, I would say. I would
yeah,
say,
I think it seems like to the onlooker as a territory. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. It's just so far away. It's like a lot of people don't really concern themselves. It's kind of like Alaska, but I mean,
Yeah.
I don't really think people from Hawaii even care, to be honest. So
There's a place I'd like to go, that's for sure.
yeah, no doubt. Yeah, this is a cool little video. Again, it's not necessarily like the most specific. I think it's pretty vague with a lot of this stuff as far as like the success
Yeah.
from each country, but
They've just used, I mean, it was a numbers game, really, in comparison. You were just talking about numbers.
right.
And numbers is one of those things, like you say, is it really a good way to gauge
Yeah.
a country's success? I don't know. Maybe
Right.
in some ways, but definitely not in all ways, 10 things the UK does better. Yeah, I mean, we do things differently. That's probably the better term for it. But
Right.
pretty good video nonetheless.
Yeah, let us know what you guys think about this video in the comments section. If there's anything that sort of surprised you, and also let us know what you think about the facts themselves. Because again, I think it could be a little bit misconstrued as to how you actually view everything. But yeah, it was a cool video.
I agree.
Just a little bit
It was
outdated.
a cool video.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. And hey, guys, if you did enjoy this video by myself and Theo from Combat Arms, please drop us a like, share the video with your friends far and wide, and subscribe to both of our channels. You can find our links in the description, guys, for the videos and whatever you're doing today. Hope it's wonderful. Peace.